Hello students, I am Sanjay Misra, present here for my second video on set theory. In this video, we will discuss the meaning of subset, superset and universal sets, and you find that all are related to subsets. So let us go for these three terms. Subset. A set A is said to be the subset of another set B, if all the elements of A belong to B. Okay, so this is a definition. The set A is said to be the subset of another set B if all the elements of A belong to B, and it is written as A subset of B. Okay, I will give you one example here. Let A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B is equal to suppose 0, 1, A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what we find that all the 5 elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 they are present in B. So A is subset of B. Now symbolically, if A is subset of B, then A belongs to A implies A belongs to B. A stands for element. So this simply shows in mathematical form that if A is member of A, then A must be member of B. Okay, so this is the mathematical expression. Now, if I extend the same thing by taking this example, if A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now what we find here, that all the elements of A belong to B. The elements of any set can be written in any order. So all these elements we find it here. So we can say that A is subset of B. But if we consider it in the reverse order, then also we find that all the members of B also belong to A. That means B is also subset of A. So if these two conditions exist together, what we find that these two sets are equal because they satisfy the definition of equality of sets. Okay, so we see that A is equal to B. That's why the necessary and sufficient condition for two sets should be to be equal is that each one is subset of the other, and this is a very important mathematical form to prove two sets equal. Okay. Now further, if we extend that discussion, and again I take A as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again A as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we observe here, that each element of A belongs to A. Okay, so this may be written as A is subset of A, and this is true for all such sets. If we change the elements and also the name of the set, then also this condition will exist. Okay, so we conclude here that every set is subset of itself. So again, one of the important mathematical conclusion, every set is subset of itself. Now similarly, phi means empty set. Phi has no elements, so it can be considered as the subset of any set. So empty set is subset of all sets. So there are the two extreme conditions for subsets to take place. Okay, and others types of subsets, they vary in between these two. Now I will introduce two more terms, that is proper subset and superset. Again, let us go with one example. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again the observation, all the elements of A belong to B. That means A is subset of B. But all the elements of B do not belong to A. So this is the condition, A not equal to B. So if these two conditions exist together, A is subset of B and A is not equal to B, then we call A as proper subset of B and B as superset of E. And superset is written like this. This is the symbol opposite of subset. This stands for B is superset of E. Okay, so this is about proper subset and superset. Now I will discuss interval in terms of numbers, and you will see that they also can be expressed as subsets of set of real numbers. So for that, let us go for this interval as subsets. Okay. For this, let me take this real line. This is real line, and if we take any two members of this real line, they both are real numbers. Then we also know that between any two real numbers there lie infinite number of real numbers. So this, starting from here to here, this is a part of real line. So we can say that all the numbers belonging from here to here, they are subsets of real number. But here also we have 4 types of category. Suppose the boundary elements, the names of the boundary elements are A and B, and of course A is less than B here, okay, because it is coming before B or it is lying to the left of B. So A is smaller than B. Now if we include the extreme elements, that is A and B, inside our interval, then this set right from here to here, in which A and B both are included, is represented. Suppose I write it as R1, so we can express it in this way, that A is equal to X is equal to B. This is called closed interval, in which you find equality sign, and this is same as writing AB. This is a closed interval. Now similarly, if we do not include these two, it is simply dot, it is not solid point, simply we are representing this is A and this is B, not solid point. So if the name of this set is given as R2, so what we find, that leaving the boundary elements, all elements lying between these two is the member of this set, and this is also subset of R, and this will be written like this, and this is called open interval. This is closed interval, and this is open interval. Okay, and just see here the sign, this is square bracket and this is common bracket. Now third case, if one part is included and not the other. So if I represent it by R3, then this will be written as A less than equal to X less than B. Okay, and another way of writing, since we are closing on one side, so square bracket will be on that side, and this is B. So this is called semi-closed and semi-open interval. Okay, now the fourth one, in which I am leaving this A and making B as solid point, and this name is given as R4, then this satisfies the condition A less than X less than equal to B, and this will be written as A, and this is called semi-open, open first, and semi-closed interval. Okay, so this is how we represent a part of real line as subsets of real line, and you find that all are, if I write I is subset of R, where I has 4 values. Okay, so it is covering all these sets 1, 2, 3, 4. So all are subsets of this R. This R means dark R. This is set of real numbers. Okay, set of real numbers. Okay, so this is one of the discussions. Next, I will take universal set. Okay, universal set is also a very important set. So I will discuss the meaning of this term with one example. Let A is equal to 1, 2, 3, B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, C is equal to 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, and one set D which contains 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. We can remove some of the terms here, 5, and here we can write 5, 6 or 6, 8. Okay. Now, see the example. I have taken 4 sets. The members of first one is 1, 2, 3, second 1, 2, 6, 8, 0, 1, 2, 5. Now what we find that each of these sets are subsets of D. We observe A is subset of D, B is subset of D, C is subset of D. Okay. So D will be known as universal set. So what is the definition? A set is said to be a universal set if all other sets under consideration are its subsets. This is the definition of universal set. A set is said to be a universal set if all other sets under consideration are its subsets. Okay, and more importantly, universal sets. Universal sets are represented by U. This stands for U. Okay, and in other words, we can say that universal set is superset of all the sets under consideration. Okay. Well, students, this is the end of video number 2 on sets. Now you can practice questions of your book based on a subset and these related terms. Then I will come with my next video next time. Thank you very much.